Good morning, Mikes. You Mikes. Good morning, all you Mikes. Michaels out there. Back at you. Okay, good. We're live. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend. I spent most of it sick. Luckily, Thursday was the best day, but Wednesday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday were eh. But it was good that it was a weekend that I was sick on. Right on. All right. So this morning, let's take a look at the market. The market is opening gapped down from Friday and Thursday into Wednesday and Tuesday's range. And we do have a swing high, which means that price action is likely to continue downward, that today is continuation. And if that's the case, the likelihood is that we're going to hunt previous key levels, which are pretty much eventually, whether it happens today or tomorrow, whether it gets there today or tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday's lows from last week. And the whole sort of shelf low that's in there. So if I were to go to the 5-minute chart or even the 1 hour chart, let's see here. On the NQ, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. There, see how clear that is? That we are likely, because of this lower high, we are likely to put in a lower low this week. And right now, what we have is that swing high formation. We had that swing low earlier. We had that swing high before that. So, we're sort of going through this stepping motion, and we have this big gap fill to fill over here, if you don't notice, near 52-week lows on the market, near lows on the market. So we have a lot of bearish propensity out there. And this is a real strong magnetic pull, this whole zone down here. So I think today we may attempt to test this 11,550 area, which is Tuesday and Wednesday's lows on the market, whether that's SPY, ES, Dow, NQ, the Qs, whatever it is, just think Tuesday, Wednesday's lows, Tuesday, Wednesday's lows. That's where we're probably heading. We may first head up to London's highs, which were overnight, and Friday's close to fill that gap before going down. But it could happen either way. We could go down and test those Tuesdays and Wednesdays lows and then come back up to Friday's highs, fill the gap. It could go either way. We don't know. We don't know. The mysteries of crowd psychology, market psychology. We don't really have a definitive answer, and that's why you have to know how to trade and manage your risk. It's either risk on or risk off. We are seemingly putting in an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute, so we might be moving up to London's highs first, maybe. Okay, here, over here. Somewhere here. Ah, there it is. Yeah. Probably not even completely to London size. More likely Friday's close and or low to fill the gap. Lava lamps are nice. Yes, I agree. All right, now we've got 13 minutes until the market opens, and we're also looking at momentum movers HLBZ, which is just about to crack highs right now, guys. So if it can break 30 cents, then that could be an entry with a stop at 28 cents, roughly 28.5, 1.5 cents stop HLBZ. I don't love those penny stocks, but hey, if it's got potential. And then remember that HLBZ is likely to just fade all day today. PDD, Pinduoduo, and Baba and Shopify are something that we're also watching. Let's put Shopify over here. Cosm. No, that was doing good also. There's also this one KTRA, which closed at 340 and hit 5 this morning. It's kind of a dead cat bounce, or it might be a reaction to a split. So I don't know if there's going to be anything to that, any continuation to that. AXSM just broke pre-market high at around 70, and I don't know what the news is on that, but I assume it's news because it popped from 58 to 70 now, and it's kind of a congested area, but it's not a dead cat bounce. So I'm assuming it's some kind of news, and I don't really know if it's going to continue, but you might want to keep your eye on that one as well. AXSM. The one with the most eyes on it, the most popularity this morning, the most volume is this one, Taboola, TBLA. If it breaks pre-market high right now of 310, that could be an entry. 315 rather, 315. And you could put your stop at like VWAP, which is 285. Right now it's at 305 and happening. So who knows? Maybe that goes to 350, 4. You might get 15% or 30% return out of that. But it's starting to move now. 307, 30. It's starting to pick up some steam right now. That has the most eyes on it and the most volume on it this morning. TBLA. So if it can break 315, put your stop at 285, maybe 280, and get in for 35 cents of risk. Should be somewhat safe. All right, we've got about 9 minutes until the market opens. Going on over there. We now have a sort of head and shoulders going on, excuse me, on the market itself. So could also be a broadening formation, possible return to that level down there, or possible return to the upside of the broadening formation. Really need to see a crack low right now below these levels to know whether or not we're bouncing or continuing. Got a little cough. Taboola is now at 309. Remember, if it can break 315, it goes momentum. Building up a position on Taboola this morning on pullbacks to the VWAP would be paying off now, because you would have built up somewhere around 285 and now you're at 310. That's some good gains. I'd be waiting for that first pop though, especially going into the open right now. to sell 20, 30, 40, 50% of your position. Let me take a look at that on the daily chart. See how that fits in. Recent price movement. Previous similar pops. Well, actually, there hasn't been anything quite that drastic. Let's see. I'd be looking for is a big red. Yeah. Okay. Yep, there's another one. It looks like, yeah, there's another one and another one. It looks like all gap ups on Taboola end the day as a complete red failure. So beware. There's a high probability that this thing's going to go back on you. If you had a position in there, I'd favor taking out a larger chunk at profit targets, at least the initial profit targets. Not 10%, not 5%, but more like 20%, more like 25%, 33%. It depends on your style. Some people like to take off half on the first profit target because, hey, it is profit. All right, it's at 313 now. It's about to break. Taboola. Once it breaks, it goes oblongata. So it's going to be Taboola oblongata pretty soon here, I think. Wolf, something happening with Wolf. Let's see. Pass me the Taboola. Were you saying something about Wolf? I guess I don't think so. Maybe you were. Shorting it. What price do you think will be a good short position for Taboola? You'd want to take it on the rejection of VWAP. Once it cracks trend line, and then rejects off VWAP. Like shorting is no what's the word? Is no light matter. It's very serious if you're going to be a short trader, because you can lose more than you actually have. You can't do that with longs. So if you're going to become a short trader, you really need to know what you're doing. And if you're going to do that, do not mess around, man. Don't be playing the guessing game at all as a short trader. You'll lose everything and maybe more. So over there on Taboola, what you want to wait for is for it to crack a trend line, to break VWAP, and I wouldn't even touch it until it back rejects said trend line or said VWAP line. So you have that one, and then VWAP here is the blue line. I don't know if you can see that blue line. Maybe I can make it stick. So, be careful. But they're definitely a good short there, probably. Just don't be guessing at it because you could trap yourself. Market showing signs that it's probably going to break down right here. I don't know what it's going to do at the open, though. I do have an open position short on the market right now that I might cut early here because we are getting fast bounces and slow pulls, slow draws towards that line. We had a fast one there. Slow, fast. It's a bit of a battle right here. You Anybody really knows which way it's going to go before the open. And the opening bell is coming in 2.5 minutes. The dollar is indicating down. Just not right now. But we are getting higher highs on the dollar on the 1-minute chart. My dollar is inverted, so I can see the correlate divergences. So yeah, we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds until the open. SPY 406 today. Well, I don't know, maybe. All right, I'm going to close out my long right there. I mean, my short right there. Going into the open, we're seeing some strength. Just closing out some profit. PDD is going. All right, let's see. We need to see that break of 315 at the open on TBLA. You can set up your orders, stop market or stop limit entries at 315 with a 35-cent stop loss down at 280 on TBLA. The momentum could be there for a few minutes before it fails out. I've seen those rejection wicks on the daily chart on prior gap opens, but they all end red. PDD. Oh, okay. PDD rejection entry is happening right now, Chris. That could be what's useful. You don't have to feel like you missed anything. I think if anything, we're getting close to a rejection entry. Yeah. Oh, it's just that you were in it and you forgot to take profits. Okay. All right. So we might be going up to Friday's close and fill the gap from the open on the market. And the market is opening in 30 seconds. COSM, yeah, I've got it up here on the left. Yeah, I don't think good things about it, I don't think. Let's see. No, it doesn't have the prospective fundamentals. I wouldn't, go multi-day on it in a big way, maybe a little way. And Taboola, can it hit 315? It's fading at the open, 307, 306, 305, 304. Weak at the open on Taboola, weak TBLA, the market itself running green at the open. We may be trying to fill that gap, right? So I'm going long on the open of the market, looking for the gap fill. It looks like the right move so far. Waiting for a little pullback at the open there. And actually I got it, but I was looking at Taboola at that time. Okay, we're really looking for that gap fill, apparently. Apparently the gap fill is happening. S&P 500 and the dollar is leading us that way. The Qs are a little bit more hesitant. None the matter, we will probably be going up to 401.50 on the SPY, 401.50 to roughly 401.80. That's my target. Taboola popped, but then pulled back right away. It was a trap. It's back to 304 after popping the 315 mark, hitting 327, and then pulling back. So a bunch of BS on Taboola. PDD made the rejection. So if you want to go short on PDD, there's a possibility there. PDD rejection for the short gap fill to 65. KTRA is coming up. KTRA. Meanwhile, the market is just lightning bolting up to Friday's close, it looks like. It's already about a third of the way there. What I want to be careful of is when it's right about halfway there. All right, I got an alert on MMAT for possible swing trade entry. Let me see. Okay. MMAT has pulled back to the 10 MA on the daily chart. And so what we'll be looking for is tomorrow for it to break up and over today's high. So that goes on our on deck list. You're watching it carefully. All right, we're getting some further price movement. I'm going to start to tighten my stops because we are now around the 50% mark, 50% retrace, 50, 60% retrace, right around there. I am tightening stops on the market trade. Right there on the double tap at the top, tightening that stop. I'm out on one system, still in on another, but with a very tight trailing stop. COSM moving up to 53 cents almost now. COSM is moving. Maybe today it moves up 5 or 10 cents, which could be 10 or 20% gains. So there could be some gains to be had on COSM, COSM today as a day trade. INSW. I love this INSW, but I am looking for it to continue long, and it's not doing that. I think I have a position on that, so I might need to cut that position. All right, the market's still going, looking to do that gap fill. It's literally just about to the gap fill now, and I exited the other system. So we may go a little bit further to the close or to the close of Friday. We may hang out up here for a little while as the boat turns around. We may retrace into it a little bit, but I've taken my profits. All right, I'm going, if anybody else is in some of these positions, I'm going to exit my INSW position, looking to re-enter tomorrow or maybe this week, another day. Okay, I'll let that sit there for a minute. All right, COSM is moving up. This is what we were talking about. Oh, no, it actually pulled back. Oh no, never mind. So RJ, you were talking right when I was mentioning it. No, COSM is yeah, okay. No, COSM has pulled back after hitting 53 to about 51 cents. Tabula has just been fading red, just like we talked about. The gap open and fade red all day. It just seems to be the modus operandi over there. All right, we have some first signs of weakness here. We have double top on the market. We have double top, and then we're at a neckline already. We're already a broken trend line on the market. They have topped out. Be looking to enter, if I can, at a higher level. Back to the momentum picks, hillbillies, HLBZ starting to get near that 30-cent breakout. Yep, and there goes Randy. Okay, this time I'm acknowledging Randy's comment so we don't come back to it later. There's been a lot of chop on PDD, so you have lots of opportunity to go short on it. Now, if it were to break pre-market high of 77, you would go long. That would be the start of momentum. Okay, we're starting to come back up on the market. This is where I'm attempting a short entry, or actually I just went short in one system right there, trying to get a little bit of a better price on another system. And I'm going to work on my order a little bit on the INSW trade. All of our other positions are doing fine. Nothing to worry about mostly on our other positions, but INSW, yeah, you should be looking for the door. Back to momentum movers. Tabula has cracked below the trend line and VWAP and is now back testing both of those, and now could be the time in which you start to get injury underneath $3 or 310, anywhere in there. You could start building a short if you were a short trader. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, was good Thanksgiving, kind of was for me. Hope everybody else had a good Thanksgiving. Am I scalping small amounts? I have a larger move in mind, but I'm scalping the legs of that move, just to decrease my drawdown risk and increase my Sortino. What? Yeah, you gotta look that up. Sortino. That's the drawdown risk of your trades. How much drawdown risk do you subject yourself to? Looks like I think I heard the pullback entry on the market for short while it's looking like it's making some new highs. And it may do that for the next 45 minutes. So it might not be ready for breakdown quite yet. Although the dollar is saying, yeah, let's break down. So it might be. How about gold? By the way, oil hit $73 a barrel this morning. That's very nice. You should see prices at the pump a bit lower now. Let's see, what would that be the equivalent of? Calculator. Calculator. Oh, it's over the, wow, behind some hidden windows. I'm already seeing prices better than that at the pump. It says $3.30. But we're already seeing here in Texas, we're already seeing $2.60. That's where it is right now, $2.60 at the pump. What are prices in your areas? And tell me where you are. Put the price and tell me which state. PA, is that Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania, $4. $4 in Pennsylvania. Wow. $1.42 in Ontario. Wow, that's very nice. Oh, per liter. Per liter. All right. Okay, Google. How much is $1.42 per liter in gallons? I don't know what it just did there. And besides, that's Canadian dollars, but all right, Camille. 333 South Florida, 320 North Carolina, $4 California. That's pretty good. 365. So it's leveled, it's definitely leveled off. 279 in Montana. 397 Utah. 320 North Carolina. All right. Gary, what part of North Carolina are you in? 259 Minnesota. Illinois is $5. What's wrong with that? Jeez. Illinois is 5. Did you mean to type 5? That's crazy. That seems disproportionate, especially since I think Canada's fine. Is that expensive, Camille, or good? I don't know. Wilmington, okay. The market continues to blaze higher, but it is weakening. The trend is weakening. Excuse me. No one uses leaders like Camille. Only Canadians, says Benjamin. Let's go back. Yes, sir. I agree with you. $4.20 in PNW. Not sure what that is. PNW. $4.20 a gallon in PNW. I don't know where that is. Tabula coming back up for that short. 307. It's above VWAP now. Did not reject VWAP, but it is at trend line resistance. AXSM is up to almost 73, hit $74. AXSM. PDD is not failing out. It's kind of showing strength. So is the market, for that matter. Wolf is moving, but not much. Canadian A. I'm Canadian, Benjamin. What's going on? What are you guys talking about? Oh, Pacific Northwest, PNW. Oh, all right. Everybody knew what that was except me. That's fine. I'm 47 years old. I don't fucking know everything. I know a lot of shit you don't know. So there. But Good job. All right, we're starting to get some trend line crack there. Probably going for the neckline retest again. After calculating Canadian gas price, it equals about $4 a gallon. Okay. Canadians always say A after a sentence. Okay, yes, definitely. Yeah. I watched that show Gold Rush, and there's a lot of Canadians that work on their crew. It's interesting to hear the different accents. There's some various accents. Like there's more of a, I don't know, a Western Canadian accent because they're up in the Yukon. And then there's some people that come from, the typical Canadian area, and they have a pretty strict Canadian accent. I just learned DFW for Texas this year, Dallas Fort Worth. Yes, sir. Very cool. All right, I'm sitting pretty with a short at the top of the market right now. I like it right there. AXSM is flying. Is it at 74? Yeah, 73.26 right now. Yes. The bottom left right here, AXSM. Yeah, I don't believe Wolf is going to be worth the risk. Carl says, and there's neckline breakdown on the QQQ. Is it? Depends on how you shape it out. But I think we're still putting in the head on QQQ, but we are breaking those trend lines. Yeah. So it's definitely losing momentum. And I'm pretty happy to be short basically the top of the market right now. And everyone is a hooser too, huh? That guy on TikTok was a hoser. Oh, did they say hoser? Okay. Hoser. All I know comes from way back, a movie that I watched when I was a kid called Strange Brew with Rick Moranis and this other dude, about my history lesson on Canada. I don't know when that movie was made, but when I was a kid, it seemed like it was made before me by a couple of years. So it might be like 1980 or something. Let me see. Strange Brew, 1983. That's the one that put Rick Moranis on the map. And John Candy, also great guy that came from a great comedian, Canada. And there was kind of like this, I don't know what you call it. There probably was a name for it, like this Canadian wave of comedians and comedy. It was, and Jim Carrey, of course. Yeah, Strange Brew. All right, now the scene. Now we might be going after this neckline. See what I'm talking about here, Camille or whoever said that. This is possibly shoulder, neckline, head. Maybe we put in another shoulder into like that. There's lots of ways to look at it. This was a little mini shoulder. You're kidding. Wow. Jim Carrey's sister was your city bus driver for a year. That's crazy. She was probably not funny at all, right? Because he sucked all the funniness out of the family. Oh, really? Now she has a radio host. Now she's a radio host in Niagara. Wow. She really platformed that shit, huh? So now we might be putting in the right shoulder bounce of some kind here. Market at least. I'm going to take my profit off there, off that short, and wait this out a little bit. Might go back up and retest. Tabula oblongata is not doing too good, but it's not doing too bad either. You probably can't locate shorts on it because it's not acting parabolic, which means it probably is not easy to borrow. It's probably hard to borrow, maybe even none to borrow. TBLA. AXSM is now at almost 75. There's really nothing else doing anything amazing. Even AXSM, the price movement is coming at the cost of low volume and a lot of noise. It's easy to borrow, but it's a very high float. Okay. That's the factor, yeah, that I didn't notice. Their family was working class. They cleaned buildings, did odd jobs. That's cool. PRCH, my thoughts. Not does not look good at all right now. Not even for turnaround. All right. The market is making new. I mean, the dollar is breaking. So I'm going to try and get a trade here. Might be breaking down on the market. Back in. I got in just before the breakdown. Somebody says, how did my eyes not hurt from so much light in the room? Well, first of all the lights are very dim. They're pretty dim. And I've adjusted the screen brightness here so that it looks good for the broadcast. And then I'm not facing those lights. Those lights are behind me. In front of me is, several screens with lots of charts everywhere. We're getting that kind of like shelf breakdown. What do we call it? The breakdown build up cliffhanger. We're getting kind of a cliffhanger. There we go. Now we're starting to slide off the cliff. Somebody's pushing the market down with their boot. Get down. Get down. I'm doing like I don't know, super tramp thing or something. 70s disco. I just don't have a voice for it right now. All right. Back to the momentum movers. If we're not going to see much more here, $76 on AXSM. I don't think anybody really got in it. If anybody did, congratulations. Good job. But also, I do find it to be a worrisome low volume movement. So be very, very defensive on that. KTRA didn't happen. Talk didn't really happen. Cosm didn't follow through. Tabula is not really shorting. PDD is not shorting either, and it's not going along. Well, there's really nothing on the momentum front there going on. The biggest gains are just on the market movement right now. At least the market's moving. It's acting pretty well behaved. And that could be a sign, that I got the market figured out, that we went and we hit those highs. Now we're reversing and we're going to go make those lows. And so it's less frustrating because it's doing what you expected. Whereas if I had the opposite thesis and I'm like, God damn it, and I'm underwater and it's going the opposite way, and then maybe, I would think that the market is not behaving. So you have to be careful, and you're your own worst enemy. It's a lot of psychology in trading. But in my opinion, I think the market is behaving. It breaks the momentum line, and that means a decreased momentum versus sometimes where it fakes out, and there hasn't been any real fake movements, especially with regards to trend line breaks so far this morning. All right, well, that's the market open, you guys, and state of the market. Stay on it. It looks like a decent day to some trades out of the market because it's behaving, and I don't think it's too dangerous today. And I'll see you back in the group, everybody. Everybody out there on TikTok or wherever you are, if you'd like to come join our trading group for free, click the link in my bio. All right, and we'll see you there. See you soon. Thank you very much, everybody. What's the Bergamontata for the QQQ short today? What's the target for the short? Tuesday and Wednesday's close and lows, that area. Tuesdays and Wednesdays close and lows from last week. Okay. See you later. And that will work out whether